This is Let's Play Warhammer 40k Space Marine. With the new Space Marine 2 coming out literally this week, in fact, some people have already played through it. Granted, I don't...
And it's releasing globally in like 3 hours.
It's releasing globally in like 3 hours. So we were like, hey, we're definitely going to play that.
As of recording.
But yeah, as of recording.
It'll be out for several days by the time this ever reaches the editing phase.
Yeah. I mean, I could try and get the first episode up tonight. I doubt it'll happen, but...
I know it will happen too.
I 100% doubt it'll happen. You know, I can dream! Anywho, we're in preparation for Space Marine 2. We're excited to play it. It's going to be multiplayer. Unfortunately, the original game was single player for its campaign, correct? Like, there's online, but I believe that's only...
Yeah, the online was like a deathmatch thing.
Correct. So, we've both played through this game before. In fact, I've played through it recently.
The sequel has up to 3-player cooperative campaign.
Indeed. And I'm looking forward to it extremely. Hence, why we're playing this again. So it's been a little bit of a time. I'd say what, maybe half a year? When did I play this? It was around my birthday, I think.
Very specific.
You could give me a month because it was the game challenge month. Yeah, look that up for me. But yeah, we're real excited to play through Space Marine. I just finished the Horus Heresy novel series, so, you know, if I hadn't had enough Warhammer in the last year, because that's how long it took me. It literally took me a year and, like, maybe 3 or 4 months. I think I started it in, like, May of last year, and I finished it, like, 2-3 weeks ago, which would have been August. So... About a year and maybe 3 months. But I finished the entire Warhammer Horus Heresy series. I still have a couple of the Primarch books, but...
Back in March.
So, fair enough, yeah, it was right after my birthday then. You know, if I hadn't had enough Warhammer, I'm ready to get into it again. Are you excited to play through this?
You're not even familiar with the New Millennium. I'm
not, no. I know the plot of this game, obviously. I've played through it. But generally, the 40k actual setting, I'm not used to. I'm used to 30k. That was Space Marine versus Space Marine. I could wrap my head around that. Now you're throwing orcs at me. We got Tyrannage, Gene Steal. We got a whole slew of people. And it's just ridiculous. But I'm ready to get in.
Mostly orcs.
Mostly orcs in this one. Now, here's the real question. Which difficulty am I doing? See, last time I believe I played it in normal, correct? I said that I did not want to do it in hard. I remember normal, towards the end of the game, I was struggling hard. And we're kind of doing this for the story, so I'm kind of floating between easy and normal. Because I just kind of want to get through the game, but I'm worried that I won't be having fun if I do it in easy mode.
You probably just do it in normal again.
Do it in normal again? I managed it in normal once, so I should be able to play it in normal again.
You don't want it to be too hard. You don't want it to be too easy. Then
I just have to think
way.
about it from a standpoint of, you know, I don't want to have to redo the same thing 5 times. Granted, if we're not talking during that, it'll probably get edited out, so it's fine. We'll go ahead and do normal. We'll do normal. Starting a new campaign will erase any previous campaign. Is that okay? Did I save my old data? Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Let's do this. Part 1, Planetfall. In the grim darkness of far future, there is only war.
And some guy named
Titus. What is his name? Titus? Xenos invasion force detected. Invasion target is Garaya? Garaya? Designation Forge World. Manufactorum Ajakus? Ajakus, maybe? Ooh. Warlord class Titans. They got the big boys. Strategic value is absolute. We need to get this planet back, sir. Xenos invasion in progress. Recommended course of action? Exterminatus?
Nah.
Negative. Strategic value is absolute. Deploy capital weaponry. Negative. Estimated reduction in manufacturing output. Liberation fleet. Affirmative. Minor elements in system. Estimated day is what, like 30 days? Loss of assets is escalatorial denial. Affirmative. Execute request order Adeptus Astartes Ultra. Response incoming. Deploying the Ultramarines. They're sending in the big guns. I was struggling a little bit with keeping up with reading it out loud.
They were too fast for you.
They were. Sega presents.
Wow, the new Halo be looking good.
That wouldn't be Sega. Now Sonic Colors, it's seen a new facelift, I think.
Yeah, but how many?
The death thing be looking whack. Is this footage from Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie?
How many Halo games are in space with Crash though?
Pretty much all of them. Objective, secure the Titans. We gotta secure the big boys. Note that we're not here to save the planet. We're here to save the Titans.
It's our boy.
His name is Titus, correct?
Yeah.
Captain Titus,
Yes.
the Orcs have massacred the Forge World's forces. And they have taken the planetary defense weapons.
Fucking works.
Clever of the damned orcs. Keeps us off their backs while they loot the Titan war machine.
Brace for evasive maneuvers.
Bracing.
Report.
Starboard engine is dead, Sergeant. We are losing altitude.
Get the ship to safety. We'll find another way down.
Aye, Captain. Thunderhawk Lancer Jove returning to launch bay.
You guys like that jetpack?
It's so useful.
It's so useful.
This is your plan.
We need to get to the surface to take out the gun battery. Or do you want to go home already, Sergeant?
Not before having a word or two with the orcs.
Is that wise, Captain? The Codex Astartes does not support this action.
Try to keep up.
Fucking let's go. Titus is pretty badass, all things considered. So the Codex Astartes was just like, you know what, jumping out of ship's probably not a great idea. Which, I mean, fair. Part 1, Planetfall, above the Forge World of Bright. Yeah. Hope you didn't get attached to that jetpack, it's gone. Extra strike!
I like how this game's whole setup is to be like a cover-based shooter, and then you get into the game and actually, whoops, it's a hack and slash.
Like, boom, it's a hack and slash. Hey, God of War call.
Like, sorry, bucko.
Why to stun an opponent? Bonk, 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 bonk. Oh, get
There will be no cover-based shooter this day. This
Yeah.
happened.
If you were looking for a cover-based shooter, this is not it. Now, I do think a cover-based shooter in the Warhammer franchise would be really, really cool. I don't know if one exists or not. I would have to assume one does.
Space Marine 2 probably has cover-based shooting mechanics.
Ow. Rude. Who shot that? I'm gonna rip your fucking skull out.
I know it's Bjork. If it wasn't that orc, that's probably a different orc.
Yeah, if it wasn't that orc, it was probably a different orc, you're right. They do tend to do that kind of thing, don't they? Alright. Where's the explosive? Ah, there we go.
That'll teach him.
Alright, we'll blow up you. Actually, I don't think that had any strategic value at all. I could have waited until just now.
Get off my ship, Space Marine!
Nah, I don't think I will.
Get the war bug.
Do we know about when this takes place, by the way? Like, year-wise? I guess what I'm asking is it like before the fall of Cadia? Is it around the same time as like the Third War of Armageddon? That kind of stuff with Gazpol? Because the fall of Cadia is what kind of marked the new era of 40k? From my understanding, which would have been the 13th Black Crusade. Though admittedly, I've not looked a lot into it.
You're gonna die!
I don't think I will. I'm gonna rotate this turret and shoot your own ship down with your own guns. Prepare to be darkened. Disable the orc ship. Objective complete. Gilliman would be proud. That's a lot of damage. I hope no one needed that. We're not gonna be able to build there for years.
Nah, it'll be fine.
It'll be
Just wear a helmet. It's all good.
Yeah. No, don't worry. Titus is fine. Titus is fine. This is the Final Fantasy X. It's not Titus. Warhammer Space Marine. We can end the game now. That's all you needed to know.
Captain Titus, come in. Damned orcs shot me off course. I've had no word from Leandros, but I'm picking up Vox chatter from Imperial Guard forces on the ground.
I scarcely thought anyone would be left alive, much less still fighting.
Heading towards the front lines now.
I will meet you there.
Alright. Trying to remember. There should be a...
Yeah, I took a quick glance online,
Mhm.
and the year I got was...
Chapter 2, Against All Odds. Industrial Zone 82.
The year I got was 799 M41.
So it would have been before the fall of Cadia. Because that was the, like,
I don't know how
turn
accurate that is, but
into
That's
42, I believe.
apparently this takes place 200 years before Space Marine 2.
Oh, so Space Marine 2 takes place after the fall of Acadia.
200 years later.
A long time. Though it's like minutes for a Space Marine, I'm sure. These guys are virtually immortal.
But you wouldn't think, seeing how many die.
Yeah, exactly. Until an orc decides to, like, throw a giant bullet through their brains. or chaos, or, you know, pretty much anything. But, you know, if the universe were not grim dark and it was in fact peaceful, they would be virtually immortal. Ho ho ho! Look what I found. A lucky emblem. Audio log, work shift 465.
Workers, assemble.
Caleb, there you are. The Shiring brothers are saying we're under attack.
The brothers are idiots, Lilith.
They saw rocks in the sky.
Xenos? Here? Damned unlikely.
Well, he was a fucking idiot. Should have fucking listened.
He said unlikely.
Not impossible, but you know, if he took it taken it a little bit more seriously. Get off, you little bugger. Ooh. First upgrade. What do we got?
Access authorized.
A bolter.
Emperor be with you, Space Marine.
The .998 Godwin pattern bolter is the characteristic Space Marine battle rifle, firing self-propelled explosive tipped rounds. Hold the right trigger to fire and the right button to reload.
This way, boys.
I'm gonna kill him first! Kill them Space Marines!
Anything else in here? No. Now I'm going to try my best to find as many audio logs as I can, although it's not extremely necessary, it just adds like a little bit of flair to the story, but not by much, so I'm not too worried about it. But I will attempt to find as many as possible.
Contextual audio, right?
Yeah. Well, I know I tried
It's
my
hot.
best the last time I played, and I ended up missing like 90%. I guess I don't have to mess with those guys. But you get stuck. Goodbye.
You fool. That's what he gets for standing out in the open.
That is what he gets for standing out in the open, the fucking idiots.
Destroy them!
Alright, what do we got going on in you? Goodbye. There we go.
This way!
They got no way out of there.
Shoot, don't shoot me!
How does it make you feel, me murdering your kindred?
I mean, to be fair, orcs kill other orcs all the time. This is nothing new.
This is fair. This is fair.
Orcs aren't exactly attached to life.
Nah. Do orcs believe in reincarnation? Do they think if they die, they'll just come back?
Their religion is orc and mork. So, it's more of a...
Do orc and mork believe in reincarnation? Maybe they'll come back as a squid.
It's more of a Valhalla situation.
Okay, fair.
They're like, if we go out in, glorious battle, and we get sent to the sky where we can continue killing sky people.
Leandros. Are you wounded?
The Codex Astartes warns against using jump packs to leap blindly into enemy fire, and for good reason.
Your days as a novice are behind you. Why do you still interpret the Codex so narrowly?
I look to its rules for guidance.
We all do. But there are also benefits to thinking for yourself, Leandros.
In fact, the Codex Astartes has a very specific literature in there saying that you should
Enemy sighted.
You should strive to think for yourself in battle, because the Codex can't account for every situation.
Yeah, not bad at that. It's
Yeah.
what the Emperor would want.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So there was a short story called... Oh shit, what was it called? I can't remember what the name of it is off the top of my head. You read it around the Imperium Secundus arc, when he starts making Macragge into the new Imperium when he thought that the Emperor was dead. But that was around the time when Gilliman decided...
Sedona's picked up local Imperial Guard communications. They survived under the shadow of that gun. I want to know how.
That was around the time that Gilliman started coming up with the Codex Astartes. And in the Codex, he was trying like hundreds and hundreds of different strategies on how to take out specifically fellow Space Marines for obvious reasons in the Horus Heresy. But one of the biggest things that he ended up having to tell the Red Marked, I believe the leader's name was Thiel. One of the biggest things that he ended up having to tell him was that it was not supposed to be taken completely literally. That a big part of it was still that they had to think for themselves. I believe that the name of the short story was called Rules of Engagement. An interesting read, from a lore perspective at least. Though obviously not a lot happens in it.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
My lord, you have saved us.
Rise, Guardsmen. You saved yourselves. We thought you did.
We would be, my lord, if not for the lieutenant.
Where will we find this lieutenant?
At the front lines. Follow the trench network to the lieutenant's command bunker.
Carry on, Guardsmen. We rendezvous with Sedonos, then we find this lieutenant. We need updated intel on the gun battery.
Through here, my lords. Head out the upper level and continue through the plaza. The bunker is beyond that.
That being said, I want to say that maybe at this point in time, Gilliman is thought dead. I can't remember what the specifics of it were, but like during the scouring, which happened right after the Horus Heresy, I'm like 90% sure he went after like Fulgrim or something to kill him, and ended up getting stabbed and put in cryosleep essentially. And he recently woke up. He was healing his wounds and recently woke up and has basically kind of taken charge of the Imperium. I don't know if that's taken place yet, though. I would imagine not, given how...
Captain, I'm in position at a broken monument near the guard lines.
Just given the fact that the Ultramarines here seem to be relying specifically on the Codex rather than on their Primarch.
Yeah, I think that event just happened right before Space Marine 2.
Gotcha. So that has not happened yet. Yeah, I guess they...
From what I've heard.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know what the specific date was. I just know it recently happened. Because there's like a series called Born of Flame or something
So
like
you
that.
found something to keep you busy.
Worry not, Captain. I've saved some orcs for you.
Well, I appreciate that. I do like me some orc
Orcs
slaying
have
in the
got that
evening.
gun well defended, no mistake. But typical orc behavior would be to dismantle or destroy the gun.
And certainly not use it to keep our forces at bay. There's a strategy behind it. Their leader is no fool.
This day is getting interesting.
I may have encountered the Orc during our jump to the surface.
That was the orc ship I saw crash near here, I take it. Did he survive?
If the Horde hasn't turned on itself, it's still under his control.
Reach the command bunker. I assume I get to get a weapon first. Now, is there any servo skulls here? No story bits? At least I hope not. They very well could be. But yeah,
They're very well could be.
They very well could be. They are hard to spot in all the rubble because they themselves look like rubble.
Vague skulls just sitting around.
Right. But yeah, I believe they're doing a line of novels called like the Born of Flame novels, which relate to
weapons authorization confirmed.
Combat knife for chainsword. Weapon confirmed.
Obviously, we gotta take the chainsaw.
Fuck yeah! But they just detail, like, Gilliman waking up and going, shit's fucked, and coming up with a strategy to kind of contain everything after Cadia fell.
Kill every last one of them!
Let's fucking go! Yeah! I like me a chainsword. Oh yeah, have you played any more Battle Sisters?
A little bit.
Yeah, you been enjoying it?
I've not played it a lot recently because VR requires a constant internet, and that hasn't been reliable as of recently.
So unless you decided to rebuy it just on the Quest, or
yeah.
What's it called? The Meta?
The Quest.
The Quest? Okay. Oh yeah, it was originally
Oculus.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously I didn't manage to get too far into it because I cannot survive that.
Played a little bit
in VR.
It's a good game.
It was really fun with what we did play, which was not a lot, but
it was very little. And half of it was the multiplayer mode, which isn't like the single player mode at all.
No. I've been meaning to get around to playing it. I might give it a whack when I get back from my work trip that I'm going on. Maybe.